Now, normally I don't do these kind of videos, but I'm trying to create more content, trying to interact more with people, and of course, pleasing the YouTube algorithm. Maybe. It depends on how you see it. Either way, let's talk about the iPhone 14 series in general. There are some things that are new about it. For instance, well, we've seen a lot of leaks from, well, the past year where the design kept changing. For one, we started with a design that was very similar to the iPhone 4, having of course your metal frame and then the display and of course the back risen. It's a bit odd and I never felt like it would actually happen, including the round of course buttons for the volume up and down. Never felt like that would actually happen. With that being said, there were leaks about that. But the biggest thing we saw when it comes to the iPhone 14 series was the notch design, especially for the Pro and of course the Pro Max. When it comes to that, we actually saw a lot of different integrations on how it could or would look possibly. So one was of course just a single hole punch. That design felt very Android-like of course, because a lot of Android devices have that these days. But of course the question was then, where's the Face ID? How does that work? Well, in that time it was actually said that it would work through the display, just like you're under the display camera. However, that later became a dual cutout, to then later have a pill cutout and then have a single cutout, and then it just kept changing basically. But now we have our latest update on what it will actually be like. It will be a pill design. And yes, we've seen this design before from Huawei. However, Huawei actually has it on the side of the phone itself, which for me makes more sense, especially with a pill design. Such a big pill design shouldn't be centered. But here we go with Apple, according to of course the latest information and the latest leak. It will actually be a pill design. This is an odd choice, but not as odd as the change that we have for the iPhone 14. The regular iPhone 14 is basically the regular iPhone 13. There is a slight change, and that's the RAM. That's it. Why are we going with a phone that is basically the same? I feel like having that 14 Plus, or Max, I think it will be Plus, but because that makes a lot more sense, but the 14 Plus makes sense, right? You have a bigger phone, but of course still the basic specifications that you get in the iPhone 13 that we currently have, because the 14 will have the same CPU and everything inside that is the same of course the iPhone 13 series, but it would just be bigger, so people have that possibility to get a bigger phone. But apart from that, the iPhone 14, the regular, so the 6.1 inch version, will be basically the iPhone 13 6.1. Apart from RAM. That's it. The 14 and 14 Plus will both still have of course that notch design, which we are familiar with when it comes to all the other Apple devices since the iPhone X. But yeah, it basically is the same design. It's basically the same phone. So why are we releasing a phone like that? It makes no sense to me, and I find that a really weird tactic from Apple itself. Having the same CPU I have no problem with, but if it's basically the same device, it doesn't make any sense to release said device. So let me know, what do you think about these choices from Apple? Do you feel like it works? Do you feel like the iPhone 14 makes sense? And what do you think about the pill cutout compared to of course having a single cutout and then the pill cutout next to it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe, hit like and all that stuff. And of course, let me know what you think about Apple in general, because I've never been an Apple user, but I'm curious what other people think. Either way, have a good one. I'll talk to you guys in the next.